They went to America expecting the country they had seen in alarming headlines. They came home defending it. What did those European fans witness during World Cup 2026 that changed their minds so completely? Why did ordinary American life leave them questioning years of secondhand assumptions and admitting they were not ready to leave? These 5. Unexpected discoveries reveal the America that rarely reaches foreign screens, but becomes impossible to forget once experienced in person. America felt like home. Some European fans arrived in the United States for the 2026 World Cup, carrying more than jerseys and phone chargers. They also carried years of alarming headlines, viral arguments, and television reports that often presented America as tense, divided, unsafe, and permanently one bad afternoon away from complete chaos. Then they stepped outside the airport, met actual Americans, and discovered that the country in front of them behaved nothing like the country living inside their news feeds. The first surprise was not a famous landmark or a giant stadium. It was how quickly strangers made them feel welcome.
Sincerely, we've just felt super welcomed, and we have nothing but amazing things to say about Houston hospitality. And that's coming from a Portuguese Canadian, where on the Portuguese side, we pride ourselves for being super welcoming, and on the Canadian side, we sort of pride ourselves for being nice.
Liberty Restaurant, Scottsboro, Alabama, has to be the best restaurant and diner experience you could ever get in. I feel like I was going to say in the South or like in Alabama, but I feel like in the whole of the USA and the world.
She's
oh my
not
gosh.
exaggerating. She's
No.
not even exaggerating.
No. So I made a video a couple weeks ago after me and Scott, my boyfriend, we're from Ireland by the way, not Scotland or anywhere else, we're Irish. After we went to Liberty Restaurant in Alabama, we were blown away, like completely blown away with the hospitality, the service, the kindness, the love that we were shown from the people of Liberty Diner.
In cities such as London, Berlin, or Stockholm, giving strangers space is often considered polite. People on public transportation usually mind their own business, conversations with unfamiliar people stay brief, and nobody feels personally responsible for improving your morning before 8 o'clock. That reserve is not coldness, it is simply a different social rhythm. America, however, often starts talking before a European visitor has finished deciding whether eye contact is appropriate. At a restaurant, someone asks where they are from. In a parking lot, another person recommends the best barbecue nearby. At the stadium, a family offers advice about transportation, food, and which local team they should pretend to support for the afternoon. American small talk can accelerate faster than a pickup truck entering an open interstate, yet the warmth behind it feels genuine.
This is what I love about Americans. You are just so friendly, just so friendly. I mean, I'm sure you can get your angry side, but you're just so friendly.
I think everyone could learn a thing or two from Americans. I was just walking in Soho and this guy came running around the corner and he was like, "Excuse me, you have great cheekbones, I hope you have a great day," and then just walked off. Like, not hitting on me, just was like, just need to let you know. And I found that a lot on this trip, like Americans are genuinely just so friendly.
I'm having one of those God bless America moments, and let me tell you why. I'm so glad to be back in the US because part of the conversations that we have in public are so important. We just have conversations with people in elevators, on the street, and people are just so much more friendly and happy. And in other countries, they look at us as like obnoxious because we're friendly and happy, but I'd rather be looked at as obnoxious because I'm friendly and happy than not. God bless America sometimes.
This is where the picture created from overseas begins to fall apart. News reports usually focus on conflict because ordinary kindness does not come with dramatic footage. A stranger holding a door in Dallas will never lead the evening broadcast. A family in Atlanta inviting foreign fans to join their tailgate will not receive a flashing breaking news banner. Yet these small encounters are exactly what visitors remember after the match ends. For many Europeans, the friendliness can feel almost suspicious during the first few days. They may wonder whether the cashier truly cares how their day is going, or whether the man beside them genuinely wants to know which country they support. After a week, the suspicion softens. After several weeks, the greetings, jokes, and easy conversations begin to feel normal. Then comes the dangerous part. They start enjoying it. America has a remarkable way of making temporary visitors feel included in everyday life. People do not always wait for a formal introduction, shared history, or written permission before offering help. They simply make room at the table, pass over a plate, and ask whether you have tried the brisket yet. It is hospitality without a ceremony, served with ice, extra napkins, and directions that somehow include 3 highway numbers and a gas station shaped like a beaver. That is why some fans admitted they no longer wanted to leave. The World Cup brought them to America, but the people gave them a reason to stay longer. They had expected noise, tension, and distance. Instead, they found humor, openness, and an unexpected sense of belonging. The most powerful American welcome was not delivered through a speech. It came from ordinary people treating foreign visitors as though they had already been invited. The bottomless cup. A European fan can prepare for American highways, enormous pickup trucks, and stadium crowds that sound like jet engines, yet one ordinary restaurant habit can still catch him completely off guard. His drink runs low, a server carries the glass away, and another full one appears without adding a second charge to the bill. For many Americans, that moment is barely worth noticing. For a visitor from Europe, it can feel like someone has quietly discovered a loophole in the laws of dining.
I can refill this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you won't drink 1,000 cups of Coca-Cola.
Tell me why I have only just found out that Americans get free refills when they go out for dinner. Yeah, literally go anywhere and you can get unlimited free drinks. This has never been a thing anywhere I have been in the UK, Europe. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Eh? Bro, these are so good.
Free refills reveal far more about American culture than the amount of a soda inside the cup. They reflect a service tradition built around abundance, comfort, and the idea that a paying customer should never feel carefully rationed. The glass is often checked before it becomes empty. Ice arrives in quantities that could preserve seafood through a Texas summer, and the server returns with the speed of someone protecting a national reputation. That experience feels especially unusual to visitors from countries where every drink is treated as a separate purchase. In Paris, Rome, or central London, ordering another soda generally means adding another item to the bill. France went even further in 2017 by banning unlimited self-service refills of sugary drinks in many public dining spaces as part of its public health policy. The French approach emphasizes moderation, while the American approach quietly asks whether you would like another one before you have finished deciding.
Free refills is just such a lovely thing to do.
It's a lovely little touch, and Europeans and people from other countries are finally realising this and how amazing it is, and they're posting it all over social media.
They're appreciating
Have
it
you
a
guys
lot.
been seeing these videos? 'Cause
I'm sure you
it's
have.
so funny to watch.
When you find out that America has free refills.
Neither custom is difficult to understand once you see the values behind it. European restaurants often expect customers to linger over smaller drinks and enjoy a slower meal. American diners and casual chains developed around speed, generous service, and the belief that hospitality should be visible. The customer should not need to wave across the room like a stranded sailor simply because the iced tea has reached the bottom. The scale adds to the comedy. A common 32-ounce fountain cup holds just under a liter, which is close to an entire carton of milk in many European kitchens. Then an American server looks at that container, notices only a few inches are missing, and decides the situation requires immediate attention. Somewhere in the Midwest, an empty glass may be regarded with the same seriousness as a porch light left on during a storm. This is why the habit becomes strangely addictive for foreign visitors. The attraction is not simply getting more soda for the same price, it is the feeling that the restaurant wants you comfortable, satisfied, and looked after without forcing you to ask repeatedly. That small gesture turns an ordinary meal into a welcome, especially after a long day walking through a stadium district under summer heat. European fans may arrive believing American service is artificial because strangers smile too quickly and servers check the table too often. After several meals, many begin to understand that the attention has its own cultural sincerity. Americans express care by bringing more, offering extra, and making sure nobody leaves wondering whether there was enough. The refill may be free, but the memory lasts much longer. A nearly endless glass becomes a tiny symbol of an America that is generous, practical, and determined to send every guest back into the world fully hydrated. The aisle never ends. The cereal aisle is where many European visitors finally understand that American abundance is not a rumor. One side is already packed with enough brightly colored boxes to feed a summer camp, and then the camera turns around to reveal another wall waiting behind it. At that moment, breakfast stops looking like a meal and begins resembling a national exhibition with marshmallows.
This grocery store is 200,000 square feet. It's the largest grocery store in the world. It's called Jungle Gym's International Market, and it's located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Each aisle is a different country. It's like the Disney World of grocery stores.
Industry estimates commonly place the number of products inside a full-sized American supermarket in the tens of thousands, often around 30,000 items or more. That figure explains why a simple grocery run can feel like entering a small indoor city where every neighborhood specializes in snacks. The frozen section has its own weather system, the chip aisle could supply an entire college football season, and the cereal department appears ready to negotiate independently with Kellogg's.
Free samples? I'm here every day. This place is huge.
We're not lying when we say American supermarkets are the best. Look at the cereal selection. The aisle is huge and it is full. You can buy 1 kilogram bags of branded cereal. They have dill pickle, everything. I'm not really sure if you really want these chicken paws, but yep, they do sell them. Look at the soda selection.
I love American supermarkets. I just find it so bizarre that you have a cereal aisle.
Yeah.
There is a cereal aisle.
I'm aware.
For someone used to shopping in central London, Paris, or Amsterdam, the difference begins with physical space. Many European cities developed around streets and buildings that existed long before anyone imagined weekly shopping trips involving a cart wider than a bicycle lane. Urban supermarkets therefore tend to be more compact, while customers often buy smaller amounts more frequently because homes, refrigerators, and kitchen cupboards also offer less storage. American retail grew under very different conditions. Larger suburbs, wider roads, bigger parking lots, and spacious homes made the weekly stock-up practical. A shopper could drive home with several large bags, place bulk products in a pantry, and still have enough room left for an emergency supply of barbecue sauce. The enormous supermarket became part of a wider system built around convenience, family life, and the reassuring belief that running out should remain somebody else's problem. That is what makes the experience so addictive for visitors. The attraction goes beyond quantity because every shelf offers permission to be unusually specific. Americans do not merely buy cereal. They can choose the exact level of sweetness, crunch, protein, cinnamon, chocolate, fruit flavor, or cartoon mascot they want, greeting them at 7 in the morning. Even a picky child would need a campaign manager before making a final decision. European shoppers often appreciate quality, freshness, and familiar regional products, while American stores turn personal preference into a full department. Neither approach cancels the other, yet the American model feels wonderfully theatrical to anyone encountering it for the first time. The store seems to say that every craving deserves representation, preferably in 3 sizes and a family pack. Foreign visitors sometimes laugh at the giant bags and neon packaging, but the laughter usually contains admiration. They are seeing a country whose supply chains can move an extraordinary variety of products across thousands of miles and place them beneath one roof, ready for an ordinary Tuesday evening. That kind of abundance becomes easy to overlook when you grow up around it, although newcomers notice immediately. The aisle may look excessive from a distance, yet standing inside it creates a different feeling. It feels generous, playful, and strangely freeing, as though America has turned breakfast into a place where nobody has to settle for the second best box. Suburbia looks unreal. For many European fans, the strangest thing about an American neighborhood is how familiar it looks before they have ever visited one. The detached houses, broad lawns, curbside mailboxes, driveways, porches, and quiet streets have appeared in films for so long that arriving there feels like walking through a television screen. Yet once the novelty settles, another feeling takes over. This place offers a kind of everyday space that many visitors simply do not experience at home. That difference becomes clearer when you compare American suburbs with older European cities. In central Paris, Amsterdam, or Barcelona, homes are often built close together because the streets were shaped centuries before SUVs, 2-car garages, and weekend trips to Costco entered human planning. Apartments rise above shops, balconies replace yards, and every square meter has a job. American suburbs grew under different conditions, with more available land, wider roads, and a culture that placed enormous value on owning a private piece of ground. The numbers help explain why visitors notice the contrast so quickly. According to the OECD Better Life Index, the United States averages roughly 2.4 rooms per person, compared with an OECD average of about 1.7. Germany and France sit closer to 1.8. While many households in Britain live in terraced or semi-detached homes where space must be used with greater care. An American guest room may therefore look like a luxury to someone whose dining table already works part-time as an office. What makes this lifestyle so appealing is not simply the size of the house, it is the feeling of breathing room around it. There is space for children to play, a dog to patrol the fence as though protecting federal property, and a grill large enough to make one man temporarily believe he is running a Texas smokehouse. Even mowing the lawn becomes part chore, part weekend ritual, and part public announcement that the homeowner still has control of at least one section of the universe. European visitors often joke that American suburbs look staged because everything seems so recognizably American. The mailbox stands beside the road, the basketball hoop waits above the driveway, and the porch appears ready for iced tea before anyone has even sat down. Yet the charm comes from realizing that these details are not movie props. Families use them every day, neighbors wave from across the street, and children leave bicycles on lawns with the confidence of people who know exactly where home begins. There's also something quietly powerful about the pride people take in these homes. Trimmed grass, seasonal decorations, and flags on front porches show that private property can also express belonging. The house belongs to one family while the street still feels shared. That combination becomes difficult to forget. America gives ordinary families room to build routines, traditions, and memories across a little more land. After several weeks, a European visitor may stop seeing suburbia as a movie set and start wondering whether the guest room is still available. Happy hour, aisle 7. A British visitor may enter an American supermarket expecting oversized cereal boxes, refrigerated aisles, and enough barbecue sauce to settle several regional disputes. What he rarely expects is a working pub inside the store where shoppers can order beer or wine before continuing toward the frozen pizzas. At that point, grocery shopping stops feeling like an errand and begins looking suspiciously like a Friday evening plan. This idea feels especially amusing to someone from Britain, a country with one of the world's strongest pub traditions. Britain still has roughly 45,000 pubs, and many have served as neighborhood gathering places for generations. However, the pub and the supermarket usually occupy separate chapters of the day. You buy groceries in one building, then visit the pub somewhere else, preferably after remembering to put the milk in the refrigerator. American retailers often see that separation and wonder why anyone should make two trips. That instinct grows from a broader culture of convenience. A conventional American supermarket can cover around 40,000 square feet or more, giving stores enough room to add bakeries, pharmacies, cafes, prepared food counters, floral departments, and sometimes a place serving drinks. The building behaves less like a simple food shop and more like a small town whose mayor has strong opinions about coupons. For European visitors, the surprising part is how naturally everything fits together. Nobody appears confused that a shopper is comparing pasta sauces while holding a drink. The pub counter does not feel hidden or rebellious because it has been folded into the weekly routine. A customer can meet a friend, watch part of a game, enjoy local beer, and still return home with laundry detergent before dinner. That combination explains why the experience becomes so appealing. American convenience is rarely quiet or apologetic. It does not ask customers to reorganize their afternoon around several different locations when one large building can handle everything. The supermarket understands that adults need food, conversation, and occasionally a peaceful drink before confronting the price of olive oil. There's also a social warmth behind the clever retail idea. Modern grocery shopping can feel lonely, especially in crowded European cities where people move quickly through smaller stores and protect every inch of personal space. A pub inside an American supermarket creates permission to pause. The shopping cart can wait nearby while strangers discuss football, weather, or whether the brisket at the deli deserves another chance. Naturally, Britain's traditional pubs offer history and character that no supermarket counter could reproduce. Their worn wooden tables, familiar regulars, and old signs belong to communities built over decades. America is doing something different rather than trying to replace them. It takes the friendly spirit of a neighborhood bar and places it beside everyday life, making social connection easier to reach. That is the wonderfully American part of the idea. The country looks at an ordinary grocery run, adds a cold drink and several televisions, then somehow turns Tuesday shopping into a small celebration. A European fan may enter looking for snacks, yet leave wondering why every weekly chore cannot come with happy hour. America won them over. By the time these European fans packed their bags after the 2026 World Cup, the most valuable souvenirs were no longer jerseys, ticket stubs, or supermarket snacks squeezed into already defeated suitcases. They were carrying home a new picture of America, built from ordinary moments that rarely make international headlines. From across the Atlantic, the United States is often reduced to its loudest arguments and worst days. That is the natural weakness of news coverage because disagreement travels quickly, while a peaceful neighborhood in Ohio rarely earns a camera crew. Yet America covers roughly 8 million square miles, which makes judging the entire country through several dramatic clips rather like reviewing every restaurant in Texas after tasting one airport sandwich. Once these visitors spent time here, the smaller details began correcting the larger assumptions. They found strangers willing to talk, servers determined to keep every glass full, supermarkets that treated personal choice like a constitutional amendment, and neighborhoods where families openly displayed pride in their homes and country. None of those experiences erased America's challenges, but they revealed a warmer and more generous side that distance had hidden from view. That is why some fans began joking that they did not want to return home. The feeling was deeper than enjoying large portions or sunny beaches. America gave them room to explore, permission to speak freely, and the comforting sense that joining the conversation did not require a lifelong membership card. For a few weeks, they stopped feeling like outsiders and started behaving like regulars. Perhaps this is America's greatest surprise. The country can appear overwhelming from far away, yet become remarkably welcoming once someone steps inside it. Which part of everyday American life would you proudly show a first-time European visitor? Share your answer below and subscribe for more honest reactions from people discovering the United States beyond the headlines.